investment decision, also called capital budgeting. Past exam questions we are going to discuss. Investment decision as well as called capital budgeting. First question. What are all the techniques are there in capital budgeting? What are all the techniques are available in capital budgeting? The techniques are simple payback, payback reciprocal, accounting rate of return, also called annual rate of return, discounted payback, net present value, profitability index, also called desirability factor, internal rate of return, modified internal rate of return, multiple internal rate of return, and capital rationing. Capital rationing. Simple payback, payback reciprocal, accounting rate of return, annual rate of return, accounting rate or annual rate or average rate. Three names are there: accounting rate of return or annual rate of return or average rate of return, discounted payback, net present value, profitability index, also called desirability factor, internal rate of return, modified internal rate of return, multiple internal rate of return, capital rationing. These are all the project evaluation techniques in capital budgeting. These are all called project evaluation techniques in capital budgeting. In that, simple payback, payback reciprocal, and ARR. The three techniques are called without considering time value of money. The three things are called without considering time value of money. Remaining techniques are with use or with considering time value of money. So without considering time value of money and with considering time value of money. One of my students, it's happened long back. That time IPCC or PCC, old syllabus. Now the intermediate's old syllabus. Originally the intermediate was intermediate only. That so-called intermediate. Thereafter the intermediate topic is called, the inter is called, they converted into PE2. Inter annava convert panna, other name called PE2. Thereafter PE2 is going to be called PCC. PCC they converted into IPCC. IPCC in the new scheme again is called what? Intermediate. Like the life cycle, okay, the syllabus cycle in ICA. So again came back to our same intermediate. Long ago, the student was in intermediate. In the intermediate and the PU and all, our costing part is in group 2. That time group 2 only 3 papers, group 1 4 papers, totally 7 papers only. Thereafter only 4 plus 4 8 papers come. In that circumstance, One of my students got total mark 150 for the 3 subjects in group 2. Pass or fail? 150 total marks means pass or fail, Kanna?
Pass, sir. Pass, sir.
That's the CFM paper. Okay. CFM paper, he got 49. So he is pass or fail?
Pass. Pass, sir.
Sir.
Sorry, CFM paper 39, not 49, 39.
Fail,
Pass
sir.
or fail?
Fail, sir.
Because of want of 1 mark, fail. Thereafter, again, he came for my crash course. After he got the result, after he got the valued answer sheet, he literally cried in the class and he said, if I got 1 mark, he might have cleared in the previous attempt itself. The reason, one question they asked, find desirability factor, 4 mark question. I don't know what is called desirability factor, I skipped that. Thereafter, while attending the class, you said profitability index is also called desirability factor. I know profitability index, that is very, very easy. Profitability easy or difficult, Kanna? That too in capital budgeting topic.
Easy,
If you are
sir.
going to
Easy, sir.
subtract, that is called net present value. If you are going to divide, that is called profitability index. Total discounted CFA divided by initial investment. I know how to compute. Even if I may have solved the problem, even with the mistake, if I'm going to solve the problem, definitely at least 1 mark. Am I right? Out of 4 mark question, at least 1 mark I'm going to get. So, because I don't know the alternative name, I failed in that. The cost of that laziness is 6 months. You should not be there in that list. Therefore, every small aspect also you have to concentrate. Small things make a perfection, but perfection is not a small thing. Okay. So these are all the capital budgeting technique, project evaluation in capital budgeting. Similar one with respect to ARR, you have to be remember. Alternative formulas also there. I said average profit after tax per annum divided by net initial investment. Initial investment minus salvage value. Another formula is also there. Average profit after tax divided by initial investment or average profit after tax divided by average investment, other average initial investment or average profit after tax divided by initial investment at the beginning of the year. So many other formulas also there. Any one of the formula you can apply. Don't get the confusion based on the past exam question. So now we have taken uniformly and all the problem average profit after tax divided by net initial investment. So these are all the points you have to remember with respect to project evaluation techniques. Next question. Explain capital rationing. Explain capital rationing. Now, what do you mean by rationing, Kanna? Rationing is anartham.
Distribute equitably.
Very good. Then what else? Where the meaning irukum? Any other meaning with respect to rational? Rational approach represent what? We can make it as a what? Intelligent approach. Am I right? So, capital rationing represent rational way of investing the fund. All the fund, nothing but all the projects are profitable projects. We are having the profit in all the projects, but available profit, that is available fund in your hand, is shortage. Then capital rationing is applicable. Capital rationing arises only in case of shortage of fund. Availability of the fund is less. Then capital rationing is applicable. Rational manner we have to apply. Shortage of fund is also called resource constraint in resources. if there is a constraint in resources, that is called shortage of fund. So shortage of fund anartham availability of money, amount, money, nothing but initial investment, fund with respect to start the project. Then it is called resource constraint. For example, project A, B, C. Each project we need 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, all profitable project. Therefore, total amount required to start the project is how much? All the project comes to how much?
15.
15 lakhs. Whereas available initial investment only 10 lakhs. Then shortage of fund. Am I right or not? Available fund is less. It's a shortage of fund. Then capital rationing is applicable. In that circumstance, which project you have to select? Then based on rational manner, we have to select the project. All the project may not possible to select. Then only capital rationing is applicable. Are you able to follow? So capital rationing arises only if there is a shortage of fund, that is called resource constraint. Whenever resource constraints are there, whenever available fund for investment, initial investment is less than required amount of investment to start all the project, then it is called capital, then only capital rationing is applicable. For the purpose of capital rationing, the project we have to classify it into two types. We have to classify the project into two types. One is divisible project, another one is indivisible project. We have to identify the project is divisible or indivisible. Accordingly, only selection criteria will come. What is called a divisible project? Divisible project represent breakable project. That is, partial investment is possible. Partial investment, breakable project. Indivisible means partial investment not possible. Break பண்ண முடியாத project is called indivisible. So the project may be called as a divisible as well as indivisible project. Now, with respect to divisible and indivisible project, the same example, project A, B, C, each 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Therefore, I need 15 lakhs to start the business. Assume my available fund only, assume 12 lakhs. My available fund for the purpose of initial investment, 12 lakhs. Then capital rationing is applicable or not applicable?
Applicable, sir.
Then only capital rationing is applicable. Suppose, is it possible for all the project or profitable project? Therefore, as a businessman, I want to accept all the project, but there is a constraint in fund. Then only capital rationing is applicable. Then which project, what are all the project I have to accept? Which one going to give the maximum benefit, that only accept, then only profitable one. In that circumstance, I want to accept the projects. Therefore, how many projects I can accept here? Maximum how many projects I can accept?
Two, sir.
Two projects.
Sir.
Therefore, assume it's the first rank project A, second rank project B. I can accept the two projects. Balance, how much fund will be there in my hand?
2 lakhs.
2 lakhs.
That 2 lakh, is it possible for him to invest in project C?
If it is divisible.
If it is a indivisible project, not possible. If at all, we have to invest full money, partial investment, not possible. That is called indivisible project. Are you able to follow or not? Are you able to follow, Kanna?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, divisible project means breakable project is called divisible project. Now I am telling, I am having 2 lakhs. Project C also profitable only. Therefore, I will invest 2 lakhs. And I will call Suganya madam as my partner. She will also invest 3 lakhs. Both of them together, we can be the person to start the project. Then it's possible or not possible? If both the parties going to invest, partial investment, I am also going to invest, another investor also going to invest. Then the project is called what?
Divisible.
Divisible project. Are you able to follow or not?
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
depending upon divisible or indivisible, we have to select. Suppose you want to invest the money, nothing but you want to attend my class. In Premier Academy, you want to join. Now, our what is that person? Varun want to join our class. I said, if at all you want to join, you have to join group wise only. All the subject in group you have to join. Assume group one, all the subject you have to join. Then divisible or indivisible?
Indivisible.
Indivisible.
All subject.
Indivisible.
Yeah. If I am asking you to join any one of the subject also possible means that is called
Divisible.
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 second one. Sir, I would like to attend the class. 50% of the attempt, 50% of the or 60% of the FM I will attend. Basic concept, working capital management, capital budgeting, leverage analysis will attend, sir. And the remaining 40%, another friend will attend, sir. Partially, we will going to invest the money towards share the fee. Is it possible? Not possible. Am I right?
Not possible.
Therefore, similarly, project start பண்றேன். Full and full, if you want to invest, either you have to attend full or not possible. Either you have to invest full or not possible to start the project mean that is called indivisible. Partially you can invest mean that is called one divisible project. Understood? Called what is called divisible? What is called indivisible?
Yes, sir.
How to select the project, sir? Whether first rank, select rank, how to identify, sir? In case of indivisible projects, our take-home profit is a criteria. Therefore, what is the criteria for ranking?
NPV.
Net present value, where I am going to get more profit. A plus B, whether I am getting more profit or not. Or rank wise, which one has a more profit? A is a more net present value, that's the first rank product. B is the next what net present value, highest. So based on net present value, I have to select. If the project is divisible, net present value is not the criteria. The ranking is based on profitability index is the criteria. Now you understood the importance of the profitability index. Why, sir, only subtraction on the division? No, the logic is there. Okay. So in case of divisible project, what is the criteria for selection? Profitability index. In case of indivisible project, you have to select the project based
NPV.
on
NPV.
net present value. Now got the idea now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so capital rationing arises only in case of what? Constraint in.
Shortage of funds.
Now, shall I give small illustration so that you can understand this divisible and indivisible?
Yes, sir.
When
Yes, sir.
previous someone they ask the question. Okay, I'll give some small illustration so that you can understand. Okay. Now, cost of capital 15%. It's a question illustration. Projects A, B, C, D, and E. 5 projects are available. Investment required rupees in 1,000. Okay. Here 50,000 you required, 40,000, 25,000, 30,000, and 35,000. Net present value based on cost of capital 15.40 rupees in 1,000. Nothing but 15,40,000, 18,70,000. Sorry, 15,400, 15,400, 18.70 thousand, 10.10, 11.20, 19.30. Okay, these are all the projects available. Now, all the projects are profitable or not? Wonderful response. All
Yes,
the
sir.
projects are profitable
Yes,
or not? Now, available fund in your hand comes to rupees 1,20,000. How much fund you are having? 1,20,000.
1,20,000.
So we have to advise. What are all the project you can accept that we have to advise. So first we have to identify with respect to answer part. Shall I go for answer part? Now, to start, because all the projects are profitable projects. Am I right? Everything net present value positive mean profitable only, no?
Sir.
Therefore,
Yes,
all
sir.
the net present values are positive. Therefore, all the projects are profitable. If you are a businessman, all the projects you want to earn profit. Am I right? If you are a shopkeeper, you want to sell cool drinks also, you want to sell the notebook also, you want to sell other products also, because all the product profit margin will vary, but you can sell all the products so that you can maximize your profit. Same manner, As a businessman, I want to accept all the project. To start all the project, because all the projects are positive, we need total required fund. How much? We need to require to invest how much? Total how much?
1,80,000.
50 plus
1,80,000.
40 plus 25 plus 30 plus 35 is equal to how much, Kanna?
1,80,000.
1,80,000.
Lakh and 80,000 we need. But available fund is equal to rupees.
1,20,000.
1,20,000.
Therefore, resource constraint is there. Constraint in resource is there. Am I right? Whenever constraint in resource, we have to solve the problem by way of what?
Capital ration.
Capital rationing applicable. Are you with me or not? Now, in capital rationing, projects are classified into what and what?
Divisible and
Divisible and
indivisible.
indivisible.
Indivisible project. Now, if the partial investment is possible means divisible, not possible means indivisible. That will be there in the question paper itself. Shall we solve both the method, possible and as well as not possible?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Will sum. Okay. If partial investment is possible, then how to solve the problem? We are assuming partial investment is possible. Then is it divisible or indivisible?
Divisible.
Divisible.
Okay. In that circumstance, what is the criteria to select?
Profitability index.
Then we have to solve the problem by way of profitability index is the criteria. So, statement of computation of profitability index that we have to identify. Accordingly, only have to start. Okay. So, projects. What all the projects Kanna? A,
A
to E.
C, D, and E. Initial investment 50 lakhs for 50,000, 40,000, 25,000, 30,000, and 35,000.
35,000.
Net present value
15.4,
2.40.
18.7,
7,
10.1,
10.1.
10.1,
11.2,
11.2.
2, and
19.30.
what is the formula for profitability index?
Total discount.
discounted
CFAT by initial investment.
Total discounted CF80 divided by.
Initial.
Initial investment.
Now, what minus what is equal to net present value?
Total discount with
CF80
CFAT minus initial
minus
investment.
initial
Initial
investment is
investment.
called what, Kanna?
NPV.
Net present value.
Net present value. But we need total discount of CF80. Net present value plus initial investment is equal to total discount of CF80. No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Going to add both, I can get what? Total discount of CF80. Are you able to follow or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Tell me, Kanna. 15.4 plus 50 is equal to
65.5.
65.4. Nothing but 65.40 minus 50 investment is equal to 15.4 is the net present value. Everything rupees in thousand. Kanna. Okay. Next one, Kanna.
58.7.
58.70.
35.1.
0.10.
41.2.
54.3.
54.30.
4, sir.
0.30. Now we can compute profitable index. No? Therefore, profitable index, we are having the formula. Total discounted CF80 divided by initial investment. 65.40 divided by 50 is equal to
1.37.
1.37.
308.
308. 308.
Yes.
Second one.
1.4675.
4675. Next.
1.404.
404 akanna.
Yes, sir.
One point
1.37.
373.
1.37, sir.
37. Okay.
1.551.
5514.
This is in times. Okay. Profitable index in time. Other things and all in rupees. Now, based on that, we have to rank. First rank for what? Which one is the highest probability index?
E.
Hello?
E, sir. E,
E,
sir.
Project
sir.
E, sir.
E,
E. Second rank for
B.
E.
B.
B. Appa. Third rank.
C.
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 C,
Next rank.
D.
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 And
Not
last.
A.
Okay? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, what about the investment decision? Investment decision. The advice based on the rank only. First rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank. Project. First rank for the E. E. Second rank.
B, sir.
B. Third
B.
rank.
B.
C,
C. D. A.
D,
And
A.
A.
initial investment. How much you have to give initial investment first rank?
35,000.
35. At any cost, total initial investment should not exceed
180.
total பார்த்தோம்னா எவ்வளவு available பண்றாங்கன்னா
120, 120, sir.
120.
out of 120, 35 invested for the first rank project. Now second rank project, how much?
40.
40,
40. Still having fund. Next third rank,
25,
25.
remaining how much fund available? 120 minus 35 minus 45 minus 25.
20, sir.
20. For D, how much I need?
30.
30.
30.
But I can invest only what?
20.
20.
So here you have to write, round it off, restricted you have to write. Why restricted to? Even though we need 30 lakhs, I can invest only
20.
20.
for A possible or not possible?
Oh, sir.
Not possible.
Okay, because fund ledu. Are you with me or not?
Yes, sir.
It's a partial investment permitted. That's the reason I have 2/3 I have invested. I told you, no, I am partially going to invest, and Suganya madam also partially going to invest. Whatever the property are going to share, am I right or not? Then partial investment permitted means we have to solve it by way of which one taken I can. What are the criteria?
Profitability.
profitability index.
Profitability index.
So, net present value for the same, so that how much the profit also you have to get. For first rank project E, we can get the net present value of 19 point.
18.30.
Second one,
18.7.
right? Third one, product C, 10 point.
10.1.
10.1, sir.
And product D, how much we can? Project D, how much?
11.2.
0.2.
Proportion.
0.2 divided by 30 into 20. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Out of 30 lakhs, I am invested only 20 lakhs. Therefore, proportionately only I can get the net present value. How much I can get then?
7.4.
7.47.
47.
9.47.
Therefore, how much the maximum profit net present value? Out of the project, how much I can get now?
55.57, sir.
55.57.
5. Got it or not?
Yes, sir.
See. Now, shall I go to the next one? Shall I go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
What is the second assumption? If partial investment
Indivisible.
not possible or not permitted. Here, partial investment possible visit. Am I right? It's a not possible here also. Are you with me or not?
Yes, sir.
So, partial investment not permitted means what? Indivisible or divisible?
Indivisible.
Hmm? Indivisible.
Indivisible product.
In case of indivisible, which one is the criteria?
Net present value.
Net present value. Are you with me or not? Now, net present value. Based on net present value, we have to take the problem. Okay, take the. So, with respect to net present value, rank and net present value of the project. Now, answer for the net present value available in this question itself. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
First rank for the net present value goes to what? Highest net present value.
E.
19.3.
19.3.
Which project? Project E.
E.
Second rank for the which project? Kanna?
B, sir. 18.7.
18.7.
18.7. Third rank for
A,
C,
sir.
A.
A. How much?
15.40.
15.5.
40. C, sir.
C edagana.
D, sir.
D,
D, sir. D, sir.
C.
11.2.
11.
11.2.
And fifth rank for
C,
C,
sir.
sir.
C,
C. How much?
10.1.
10.1, sir.
10.1.
1.
Okay. Now, how much the available fund?
1,20,000.
Available fund comes to 1,20,000. But required fund 18 lakhs. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Initial investment also. What about the initial investment? A 35 lakhs are there?
35,000, sir.
35,000. Yeah. B if I'm going to select mean 40,000. Okay.
D.
50,000.
50.
Am I right? B
Yes, sir.
30.
30.
C. And E
25.
25.
25.
25, sir.
25. Now 120 I have to park it, sir. Okay. What are all the possibilities are there? E. How much I need?
35.
35. Totally 120 agana. Okay. Next A. Sorry, B agana. B
40.
40.
40.
Next, how much available fund? Balance holder fund no.
45 balance.
45, sir.
45 balance.
For A can go or not possible?
Not possible.
We can't go.
Not possible. Therefore, B possible or not possible?
Possible, sir.
How much I can get?
30.
30.
30.
Okay. The 120 alone I can park. Am I right? 35 plus 40 plus 30. Am I right? E plus B plus D I can take, or E plus B plus C I can go. Am I right?
Sir.
35, 40,
40,
25.
25.
25 agana.
Yes, sir.
25.
So how much is coming? Total fund எவ்வளவு வருது?
105.
எவ்வளவுப்பா? இங்க எவ்வளவு?
105, 105, sir.
105.
105 வந்திருக்கு. Here
100.
100.
any other option இருக்கா பாரு. E plus
A plus
hmm?
E plus A plus D, sir.
A plus
D.
D எவ்வளவு வருது பாரு. E plus A plus D
115, sir. E plus A plus D.
E plus A plus D எவ்வளவு வருதுப்பா?
115.
5.
35. A எவ்வளவு?
50.
50.
50, sir.
50. And D is 30.
30.
115.
So 115.
15.
Within 120 only. Am I right? வேற ஏதாவது ப்ராபபிலிட்டி இருக்கா பாரு.
BAD, sir.
Hmm?
BAD.
B how much?
40.
40.
40.
A 50.
A 50.
50.
D
D
30.
30. 120.
120.
120.
120 agana.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Total 40 plus
90, 90.
90, 90, 30,
50,
sir.
sir.
90.
120.
total is 120 agana.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are all the probabilities are there. Am I right? Now what about the net present value? So E plus B plus D net present value. E plus B plus D 19.3 plus
49.2.
49.2. Check it up. E plus B plus C. E, B and C. Total எவ்வளவு வருது பாருங்க.
1, sir.
48.1. 48.1.
48.10. E plus A plus D.
Forty-five point-
45.9.
And B
45.3.
45.3.
45.3. Sir, ಅದು 45.9 da, sir.
Last 45.3.
45.3.
3.3. Where I am getting maximum profit.
First case, sir. 49.26.
49.2.
First case lo vandu. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
You have to go by way of what? Acceptable project E plus B plus D. We can get the maximum profit of rupees, net present value of rupees 49.2. Understood, Kanna?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, listen here. Partial investment permissible means for the same amount I can get 55.57. Just or not. Partial investment not possible means I can get only 49.20. Now got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you are comfortable with respect to capital rationing thoroughly. Now we'll
Yes,
go
sir.
back once again. Capital rationing. Whenever constraint in resources are there, capital rationing arises are applicable. That is shortage of fund means that is called resource constraint. Resource constraint represent what? Initial investment, available initial required investment is more, but the available fund is less. Then only resource constraint will come. In this juncture, the project can be broadly classified into two types. One is divisible project, another one is called indivisible project. In case of divisible, we have to select the project based on profitability index. In case of indivisible, we have to go by way of net present value. Breakable project mean divisible, okay, and not breakable mean partial investment not possible mean that is called indivisible project. Now all are comfortable? Nice response.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, third question, famous question, easy question also. Time value of money. Reason for time preference of money and its methods of computation. Explain time value of money, reason for time value of money or time preference of money, and explain the methods. You know, time value of money represent worth of a rupee received today is not equal to worth of a rupee to be received in future. Worth of a rupee received today is not equal to worth of a rupee to be received in future is called time value of money. Reason for time preference of money. One is investment opportunity, interest benefit you can get if you are going to invest. Today, if I are going to get the money, I can invest somewhere so that I can get the benefit of interest, getting extra interest. Second one, risk. Nothing but risk of bad debts. Today I may get it to you, tomorrow I may not be able to give. Therefore, risk factor is there. Due to urgency, I need money today due to various what reason. Urgently I need money. Therefore, maybe due to urgency. Next, inflation and for capital budgeting decisions. These are all the reasons with respect to preferring time preference of money or time value of money. Next, methods of computation of time value of money. Broadly, two methods are there. Present value of future money another one is future value of present money. Present value of future money, another one is future value of present money. In case of present value of future money, we have to apply the factor is called discount factor. That PV factor you have to apply. In case of future value of present money, we have to apply the technique called compounding technique. Here, discounting technique. Another one is called compounding technique. These are all the methods of computation of time value of money. Next, Fourth question. Explain payback reciprocal. Explain payback reciprocal. It's a reciprocal of simple payback. It's a reciprocal of simple payback. In payback, in simple payback, the major drawback is does not indicate any cutoff period for investment decision. You know, payback, initial investment 25 lakhs, CFAT per annum 5 lakhs mean 5 years the payback period. There they are not giving any cutoff period with respect to investment decision. Therefore, we need payback reciprocal. So, in payback reciprocal gives a close approximation of the IRR. We can be in the position to get the close approximation of the IRR. Formula for payback reciprocal is CFAT per annum divided by initial investment into 100. If cash flows are uneven, then formula for payback reciprocal is average CFAT per annum, you have to make average, divided by initial investment into 100. Example, initial investment rupees 20,000, CFAT per annum rupees 4,000. Our payback reciprocal should be how much? So what is the answer? CFAT per annum divided by initial investment into 100. CFAT per annum, initial investment 20,000 into 100. What is the percentage?
20, sir.
20%.
20.
20%. The result it gives. One is return on investment, similar to return on investment concept. How much I invested, how much you are going to getting back. Another one it gives result in IRR is very near to 20%. It gives a clue that its IRR is very near to 20%. You know, our cost of capital, the PE factor percentage is less than 20% means we can get the profit. For the purpose of getting idea, payback reciprocal is going to help us. Next.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Next question. Question number 5. Short notes on IRR. You know, So one of the project evaluation technique in capital budgeting. IRR is one of the project evaluation techniques in capital budgeting. It considers time value of money. After considering time value of money, only IRR has come. It represents the discount rate which leads to inflow and outflow. Inflow and outflows are same. That is similar to no profit, no loss BEP situation. Similar to no profit, no loss situation, BEP situation.
So can you repeat this point alone, sir?
This discount rate leads to inflow and outflows are same. The IRR rate leads to inflow and outflows are same. That is similar to no profit, no loss situation. That is BEP situation.
Second point, sir.
It considers time value of money. Now, with respect to IRR, in IRR, our total discounted CFAT should equal to initial investment. Initial investment is the outflow. Total discounted CFAT is the inflow. Therefore, inflow and outflows are one and same, means zero profit. Therefore, in IRR, our net present value should equal to 0. In IRR, profitability index is equal to 1. Now, what about the acceptance rule with respect to IRR? With respect to acceptance rule of IRR, if and decision. If IRR is greater than cost of capital, then we can accept or not. We can accept. IRR is equal to cost of capital. We either accept or reject. IRR is less than cost of capital, we'll get the negative NPV. Therefore, we have to reject. So IRR greater than cost of capital means our net present value, impact on net present value, positive net present value will get. IRR is equal to cost of capital means 0 is the net present value, and here we will get negative net present value. That's the reason accept or reject has come. Now, with respect to IRR, how to compute IRR, you know. For the purpose of computation of IRR, steps to compute IRR. First, compute one positive net present value and one negative net present value. Arbitrarily, you can take any percentage, find one positive and one negative net present value, compute the changes in net present value based on the above resulted point. Next, and a change in PV factor also. Thereafter, on proportionate basis, compute the discount rate at which net present value is 0. That particular rate is called what? IRR. Next. Short notes on question number 6. Modified IRR. Modified IRR. It's also called terminal value method. Terminal value method. It's also called terminal value method. Modified IRR is obtained by assuming a single outflow in the 0th year or terminal year, and the terminal cash flow, single outflow in the 0th year and the terminal cash flow. The discount rate which equate the present value of the terminal cash flow to the 0th year outflow. 0th year outflow is called MIRR, modified internal rate of return. Acceptance rule: if and decision. If MIRR greater than cost of capital, same rule only, accept it. MIRR is equal to cost of capital, accept or reject. MIRR is greater than less than cost of capital, then reject. Now, by way of illustration, I'll make you to understand the MIRR. There is sufficient or a small illustration also to understand. Hope theory is sufficient. We'll go to next question then.
Sir, illustration.
Illustration, sir.
Yes, sir.
Illustration also. CFAT, year and CFAT. Year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. CFAT, assume 30,000, 40,000, 60,000, 30,000, 20,000. In addition to that, initial investment is that rupees 1,36,000. Cost of capital, assume 8%. Find modified internal rate of return. Modified internal rate of return, very easy. Understand the question? Year available, 5 years info available, CFAT available, initial investment and the cost of capital. Nothing but the PV factor is called here cost of capital. Find how to find modified internal rate of return. Now, answer part. MIRR, modified internal rate of return, calculated on the basis of investing the CFAT at cost of capital. How? Year 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. CFAT 30,000, 40,000, 60,000, 30,000, 20,000. Now, PV factor at the rate of 8%. With respect to PV factor, listen here, MIRR calculated on the basis of investing the cash flow at the cost of capital. The cash flow we are going to invest at the cost of capital. How many years cash flow? How many years project?
5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
In 5th year, I am getting 20,000. Now we are going the reverse angle. 20,000 value in the 5th year become 1. Second one, 30,000. 8% compute, shortcut with respect to computing PV factor, no? 100 divided by 108 is equal to, or take your calculator.
0.925.
9259.
sir.
0.925.
Take calculator. 1 into 8% plus how much? 1 plus 8% is equal to how much?
1.08.
0.08. Every year we are going to get additional. Now 1.08 into 1.08 is equal to how much? 1.1664 into 1.08 how much?
1.259.
This into 1.08 is equal to how much?
1.3604.
I'll repeat once again. The 1 rupee value you have multiplied with 1.08 because 8%. Every column, the answer multiplying with 1.08. This answer you multiply with what? 1.08. This answer you are multiplying with 1.08. Are you able to follow or not? Now,
Yes, sir.
possible inflow. How much possible inflow? 30,000 into 1.08 is equal to how much? $30,000 into 1.3605. How much?
40,815.
40,815. The second one,
50,388.
388. Next,
69,980.
69,984.
984.
Next,
32,400.
next.
20,000.
Okay. Total possible inflow.
2,13,587.
2,13,587.
13,587.
Listen here. Here, after multiplying, if n investment, if you are going to invest 30,000 rupees, we are having, am I right? Cash flow. Invest now. We will get 40,805 at the 5th year. That is the logic. Or if we are not, today I got 30,000. I want to compare at the end of the period. PV factor and all, simple payback and all, at the compared with the beginning of the period, present value of future cash flow. Am I right or not? Now, future value of the present money. The 30,000, we are going to get what? At the end of the 5th year, if I'm going to invest for 30,000, if I'm going to invest in 8%, I can get 40,815. Am I right or not? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting profit of 30,000. I am not touching the profit. I'm investing at 8% fixed deposit, for example. 5th year, how much I can get? 30,000 plus interest I can get. That comes to 40,815. Are you with me or not?
Yes, sir.
I'm getting profit 40,000 rupees. Again, that is I'm investing. Therefore, everything I'm investing for the end of the 5th year. 5th year, I'm getting 20,000. 5th year, 20,000 is equal to 20,000 only. Plus available fixed deposit, we're going to add 2,13,587 you'll get. Are you with me or not? These are the total inflow, possible inflow at the end of the 5th year. Are you able to follow? Good response.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Initial investment, how much given in this question?
1,36,000.
36,000. Whereas total possible inflow, how much kanna?
2,13,587.
2 lakh.
13,587.
Therefore, how much kanna? Point
0.6367.
6.
0.6367.
0.6367 we got. Am I right? Now, refer PV factor table. Don't refer PV factor table. In 5th year, because 5 years project. In 5th year row, find in which percentage we can get 6367, approximately 6367 at least. In which percentage for the 5th year you are getting? 5th year row of the percentage, very close to 6367. In which percentage?
10th percentage.
Between 9 and 10.
9 and 10. Okay. Which is very closer to 6367. பக்கத்துலயா சரி 9th year எவ்வளவு இருக்கு
6499, sir.
0.6499.
10th year எவ்வளவு இருக்கு கண்ணா
0.6209.
09 ஆ
Yes, sir.
6367 6499 எவ்வளவு டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு 6367 க்கும் 6499 எவ்வளவு டிஃபரன்ஸ்
290, sir.
290.
Sir, it is closer to 9%. Sir.
What is the answer? Let me finish that.
90, sir.
0 appa
290, sir.
290, sir.
132, sir.
2, sir.
132, sir. 0.63676499.
132 appa
Yes, sir.
same 6367
158, sir.
158, sir. 158.
1
58.
closer idana closer
Yes, sir.
132 158 தான் இருக்கு therefore what is the nearest one
9.
9%.
எவ்வளவு வரணும்
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா nearest எது கண்டுபிடிக்க கஷ்டமா இருக்கு therefore MIRR is equal to 9%. Now got the idea or not? Everything
Yes, sir.
value you are going to verify. Okay, good. Now again read the theory and redo the problem once again. You'll have a better clarity. Okay. Now I'll go to next one. Kanna. seventh question, I think.
Sir, just 1 second, can you shift to the
I'll repeat once again. Okay, first let me finish. Okay. What is the second next question? Seventh question only, no? Sixth or seventh?
Seven.
Seventh, sir.
Next, explain equivalent annualization or annualized criterion. Equivalent annualized criterion, also known as equivalent annual cash flow. Short notes are explain equivalent annualization criterion or equivalent annual cash flow. Now, can you please tell me, already we did the problem. In this circumstance, equivalent annual cash flow applicable?
Life
Life
disparity.
disparity.
Life is not true.
Very good, very good. Now, equivalent annual cash flow arises only if there is a life disparity only in case of life disparity, equivalent annual cash flow arises. Next. While evaluating the more than one project or more than one option, if all the projects are not having same lifetime, that is number of years of the project, then it is called what? Then it is called
Life disparity.
Life disparity.
Life disparity.
Life disparity.
then it is called life disparity. If no life disparity, net present value is itself the criteria for selecting the project. If there is no life disparity, then net present value is the criteria for selecting the project. Higher the net present value is preferable because, you know the reason, because
Real cash
Choose real
inflow.
cash.
NPV represent
Real.
the real cash inflow to our company. It's the real cash inflow. If life disparity is there, then for the purpose of computation of comparison or selection of the project, if the life disparity is there, for the purpose of comparison or selecting the project, we have to use which method?
Equivalent annual.
Equivalent annual cash.
Annual cash flow.
Annual cash flow method. It's the equalization method. For the purpose of computation of equivalent annual cash flow, for computation purpose, whether income wise computation or expenses wise computation. Income wise represent what? That is cash inflow. Here that is cash outflow. Whether inflow based computation or outflow based computation, you have to identify. Those things we solved in the problem. Am I right? One is net present value based computation. Another one is mission A, mission B, which mission you have to purchase. So another one is called outflow based computation. Then what are the steps to compute? Step for computation. In case inflow based computation, what are the first step?
NPV.
Yes, find net present value. Then you have to find
Annuity factor.
present value for annuity factor. Whatever the CFA present value given, discount factor given, or discount factor for the annuity factor for the
Life of the
life
project.
of the project, life of the each project. Annuity factor for each project we have to identify. Life of the each product.
Divide.
Third one, equivalent annual cash flow is equal to, for the formula based on the above,
NPV by
NPV
annuity factor.
Annuity factor.
Annuity factor.
Annuity factor for the life.
Step 1 divided by step 2. Suppose it is the output based computation, then for the first thing you have to compute, find total
cost.
cash outflow at
Present value.
present value. How much the total cash outflow at the present value? We come across cost of the machine plus running expenses per annum. So present value of total cash outflow you have to compute. Second step remain the same. What?
Present value.
Annuity factor.
Same only. Third step, equivalent annual cash flow is equal to what?
Total cost divided by annuity factor.
Total cash outflow at the present value, nothing but step 1 divided by annuity factor. Step 1 divided by step 2. Here also the previous step divided by step 2. Understood equalization? Easy or not?
Yes, sure.
Yes, sir.
Next question. Question number 8. Short notes on multiple IRR. Previously we saw modified IRR. Now we are going to modify the term called multiple IRR. It arises for final. These are all your main part of the exam. These are all you have to compute. At least intermediate, simple payback, discounted payback, payback reciprocal, ARR, net present value, profitable index alone they are asking. Normal ARR only. Final and all advanced level in strategic management, strategic financial management. You have to what? Find all other techniques also. For that you should be strong in theory part at least now. It arises, multiple IRRs arises if an initial investment, if an initial investment is followed by cash inflows and cash inflow represent, CFAT, and subsequently followed by a major cash outflow. What is called subsequently by major cash outflow? For example, here cash flow will be there in the question paper. Am I right? Year 0, assume 1 lakh. What is called year 0?
Initial investment.
Initial investment.
Initial investment.
Expensive.
It's an inflow or outflow?
Outflow.
Outflow.
In bracket. Year 1, assume 40,000 inflow. Year 2, out of business, 20,000 inflow. Year 3, 30,000 inflow. Year 4, 50,000, again outflow. Again, initial investment is there. Am I right? One more time, initial investment is there. Am I right or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you can take initial investment. This is the initial investment followed by cash flows, cash inflows, CFAT. Again, subsequently followed by what? One more time, major cash outflow. In that circumstance, only which one arises?
Multiple IR.
Multiple IR.
IRR. Now, got the idea or not?
Yes, sir.
Next. Then the firm may have more than one IRR. In the circumstance, more than one IRR will come. If KO, also called cost of capital, is less than the multiple IRR. Instead of writing multiple IRR, IRR 1 and IRR 2, more than one IRR. Okay, then we can accept the project. Again, for example, cost of capital, assume 10%, IRR 1, okay, 14%, because it's a multiple IRR. IRR 2, it's a 15%. We can accept or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Second one, cost of capital, same 10%, IRR 1, 14%, IRR 2, 8%. What to do?
Accept or rejects.
That's sir.
Indifferent.
You can reject. Okay, both should be more than cost of capital. Are you able to follow or not? IRR 1 more than 10%. IRR 2 also should be more than 10%. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Not
Yes, sir.
Are you with me? It's the concept became multiple IRR. What are the advantages of multiple IRR? With respect to advantages, it considered time value of money. It considered all the cash flows in the project. Easy to use with modified multiple IRR, and it helps to increase shareholders' wealth. It helps to increase shareholders' wealth. Next. Last question. So the steer will be happy. 9th question. Acceptance rule for net present value profitability index. Acceptance rule for net present value and profitability index. With respect to net present value acceptance rule, you know the acceptance rule, am I right? If decision and reason also you can write. Decision, reason. If net present value greater than
Initial investment.
useless fellow. Zero. Net
Zero.
present value I'm telling. Not total.
Okay, sir.
Then we can
Accept.
accept the project because we'll get positive.
Positive.
Positive net present value, nothing but profit we can get. Net present value is equal to 0. Accept or reject because 0 profit. Net present value less than 0. Reject because of negative. It's a loss to the company. Are able to follow? Nice response.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Profit index acceptance rule. If column, decision and reason. Now, profitability index greater than
1.
There is it. Then we can
Accept.
because positive net present value we can get. So profit we can get. Profitability index is equal to 1. Accept or reject because 0 net present value. Profitability index less than 1.
Reject.
Because negative net present value. Therefore, lost our company. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.